So I'm noticing a trend when it comes to Trump that he apparently likes to pick for his, the people around him, people who he has dirt over, right? People who he can coerce and he can extort because he has some secrets on them. Now, by the way, he's also in this same trap, mind you. You think Netanyahu doesn't have secrets on him? You think Epstein wasn't Mossad and doesn't have a super fucking thick file on Trump? Of course. So I would venture to guess that a bunch of billionaires have dirt on Trump. Putin has dirt on Trump. Netanyahu has dirt on Trump. There's all these people that have dirt on Trump, and then you'll notice those are the people he doesn't really attack. He doesn't attack Netanyahu publicly. He doesn't attack Vladimir Putin publicly. It's very bizarre. The Adelsons, Miriam Adelson, I mean, they gave him a shitload of money, but this is the game they play. It's the carrot or the stick. So they have dirt on him, and he has dirt. He had dirt on Mike Pence, allegedly a massive closet case, and he has dirt on his new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, or as I've had it, ladies call him, Moses Mike Johnson, right? He's another one that's, Jesus Christ, I'm sure he's got at least one secret Grindr profile. That guy's got some demons, bro. He's hiding his true self hard. He wants to prance around in assless chaps, not fucking be Speaker of the House. All right, so here we go. Take a look at what the Daily Beast just reported. Trump humiliates Mike Johnson behind closed doors. The president reportedly views the highest office in the House as little more than a puppet for his whims. Inside sources reportedly say Donald Trump has been heard privately joking about just how easily he believes he's able to puppeteer House Speaker Mike Johnson. Quote, "I'm the speaker and the president," the MAGA leader is understood to have said, according to the New York Times. Citing two people with knowledge of his remarks, the newspaper further notes that Johnson's conduct in office over the past several weeks amid an ongoing shutdown, critics fear may eventually prove the longest and most damaging on record, has done little to disabuse Trump of that notion or anyone else. Even before Johnson decided to suspend Congress indefinitely from October 1st, the speaker had come under fire from his opponents across the aisle for his perceived obsequiousness to the president, marching in lockstep with Trump's agenda despite calls to use his office as a vanguard against mounting overreach from the executive branch. Johnson was instrumental in rallying Republican officials behind the White House's One Big Beautiful Bill spending proposals earlier this year, along with a host of other legislative initiatives on everything from U.S. energy dominance and border security to abortion rights and education reform, all tightly aligned with the MAGA administration's America First agenda. Since the standoff began earlier this month, the speaker has only continued along that trajectory, firmly resisting any calls for the House to meet until senior Democrats grant concessions over Republican budgetary measures. Johnson's opponents have blasted him for refusing to swear in Adelita Grijalva, the Democratic Congresswoman-elect who would otherwise hold a key vote in a pending House petition to force a floor vote on having the Justice Department release a new finding on the Jeffrey Epstein case. Johnson, the official responsible for administering Grijalva's oath of office, has bizarrely claimed he has no authority to do so. So that's the thing right there that really proves the case, right? He needs to swear in Adelita Grijalva. She won her election. He's procrastinating and postponing that. And the reason he's postponing that is because she's the magical 218th vote, which would force the release of the Epstein files. And as I told you guys, what we need to worry about now is that when she gets seated and when she votes to release the Epstein files, what's going to happen? Well, they've had enough time to clean up the Epstein files. As Project Veritas proved, you had some FBI officials say, yeah, we're taking out all the stuff that's bad about Republicans. We're leaving in all the stuff that's bad about Democrats. So when it gets released, people will go, oh, look, it's only Democrats who are buddy-buddy with Epstein. That's what's happening. That's why they're biding their time here. That's why he's refusing to sit her, even though this isn't contravention of the law, even though he sat Republicans literally a day after they won their election, but he's not sitting Adelita Grijalva. So this is an all-out coup, guys. That's what this is. And he completely is a puppet of the Trump regime. Completely is that. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so it's kind of amazing. The big difference between the Trump the first term and the second term is that at least in the first term, you had some people sometimes around Trump that would go, you know what? I'm not so sure about that one. Now, they're all fucking appeasers. They're all, fucking, we'll go along to get along. We'll sing your praises. We'll say you're never wrong. Like, we will basically be total yes men in every way, shape, and form. And so now here's Moses Mike, and he's fucking all in. Whatever Trump wants, we'll do. It doesn't matter. Even the fucking, as you just heard him say, even the big beautiful bill, you need to understand. This is a situation where they were able to convince Republicans to sign off on a massive increase in the fucking debt and the deficit. These are the same people that whine and cry and bitch and moan about the debt and the deficit whenever Democrats in control. Now they added $4 trillion to it. You would think there'd be at least some. And to be fair, there's like one or two. It was like Rand Paul and fucking Thomas Massie, but that's it. Every other Republican. So 99.9% of the Republicans are like, I have no principles whatsoever. I'll fucking do whatever these assholes want me to do. And that's exactly what Mike Johnson convinced them of, is you got to shut the fuck up. You got to fall in line. You got to do what Trump wants us to do. Meanwhile, it also kicked 15 million people off their Medicaid. Millions of those people are fucking Trump supporters. And they're losing their health care, and their lives are going to be fucking ruined. And they don't care, because again, he's in there as a yes man. He has his pom-poms. He's a fucking cheerleader. I mean, he might like that aspect of it, wearing a little fucking high school girly dress and some pom-poms, because deep down, he's got all sorts of feelings that he wants to let out. But this is what his job is. This is what his job is. So they continue here and say, over the past week alone, Johnson has backed Trump's decision to pardon former congressman and convicted conman George Santos because the MAGA administration, which is presently prosecuting at least 3 of the president's longest-standing political nemesis, believes in redemption. He's also said there's nothing amiss about a sitting president's pursuit of $230 million in damages from the Justice Department over previous federal investigations against him, and defended Trump's widely decried demolition of the White House East Wing because the ballroom set to replace it is going to be glorious. So yes, the point stands. Like Trump could decide, I'm not kidding about this. Trump could decide tomorrow, we're going to nuke Greenland, and he would defend it. And this is why, like, if you're a Republican at this point, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. This truly is a Kool-Aid drinking fascist death cult. That's what they are. If you are willing, in every way, shape, and form, to go along, even with the president, who is literally trying to rob his own country, steal $230 million from the tax-paying citizens of his own country, because he committed crimes. He committed 91 crimes. He was investigated as such. He was found guilty in some civil suits, by the way, owes hundreds of millions of dollars. But he wants to shake down the American people to the tune of $230 million because he committed crimes and he was investigated for those crimes. He should have been fucking found guilty and locked up, and they should have thrown away the fucking key. But that didn't happen, so now he's going to rob you. He's going to rob you. He's going to rob your mom. He's going to rob your grandma. He's going to rob your sister and your brother and your friend. He's going to rob all of us because he's pissed that he was caught committing crimes. He's going to illegally break down, totally demolish the East Wing of the White House, which, by the way, made it so that now the area is fucking poisoned with asbestos because they didn't fucking do the demolition the proper way because there was no approval for it whatsoever. This was not greenlit in any way, shape, or form. All to build his fucking Great Gatsby, Marie Antoinette, giant fucking ballroom, which is going to be paid for by billionaires, which is further corruption and further pay to play, because now he's going to keep doing favors for them because they're paying for the ballroom. That means more tax cuts for the top 1%, more subsidies for the top 1%, more regulation cuts for the top 1%. They get to do whatever the fuck they want to do, and you lose your fucking health care, and your wages go down, and inflation goes up, and everything sucks. That's where we're at right now. Just absolutely incredible. And MAGA Mike, Moses Mike, is there every step of the way, fucking desperately trying to keep himself in that closet and doing every single thing Trump wants. And meanwhile, what does he get in return for that? Trump mocks him behind his back. So this is the kind of guy Trump is. Stop and think about it. This is the kind of guy he is. God forbid you disagree with him. Then you're fucking public enemy number one. I'm going to crusade against you. I'm going to fucking destroy you. You'll never work another day in Republican politics in your life. So disagree with me, I'll end you. Agree with me, I fucking mock you behind your back. Because at the end of the day, the only thing this man cares about is himself. That's it. Even if you're doing his bidding, he thinks you're a fucking sucker. He thinks you're a sucker. He thinks you're a bitch. He thinks you're not a man. He unmanned you, Mike Johnson. He unmanned you. So do what he wants, he'll mock you. Don't do what he wants, he'll destroy you. There's no way. This man is the devil. This man is a demon in real life. That's what he is. And all these people going along to get along have sold their souls. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.